Hi everybody, this is Diane. I am ready to show you these ice cream parlor journals that I just made. I don't know the names of the journal kits. I will link them below. I used one kit for the pages and some of the ephemera, and then other pieces of ephemera were from a kit that I used last year. So I'll leave those linked below. This journal is mine, and I'm going to flip through this one to show it to you because this will be in my shop. I will put it in my shop at 6 p.m. the day you see this video, which should be, hopefully, Thursday. So I'll flip through this one after I show you the one that is available to you. So this was made with a vintage ice cream carton, and there is a video of me figuring out how to do this cover. I had done one and made it too small because I forgot I needed it to fit the digital paper. So this one ended up being too small because I cut off too much of it. So this is the front of the box, and then I created a new spine because the spine was actually too wide. And this is the back of the box, and then this edge here, right where the daisies are, was a fold. So they folded over to create part of the other spine. And this part up here was part of the flap, the top flap. So it was only this tall. The box carton was this tall. But I was able to turn it into a journal cover. So I did complete this one, and I'm going to sell it to someone already asked for it. So I'm just going to reserve that for her. So this one measures 5 3/4 by, it's between 8 1/2 and 8 3/4, so 8 5/8, something like that. And I just put some purple cardstock that I border punched on the flap part because that wasn't very pretty. You can see some of the print from the flap through there, which is kind of cool. And then I put this vintage daisy trim on the fold because it was, I don't know, it didn't look pretty. It was brown, like from age and dirt. And, you know, I like things that looked aged, but I just didn't like the way that looked there. And because it's got a purpley look to it, I added this fabric that has a pink background, but it does have some purple tones in it. Inside, I used pink and blue primarily. And I made put some beads on a string on the spine, and they are kind of purple and pink and green with a little bit of blue, just like this fabric. And some vintage purple rickrack. This is pink striped wallpaper on the inside, and I put some eyelet, a wide eyelet trim here, and then a piece of embroidered ribbon at the bottom of that. And I tucked in a recipe card for brownie Alaska. It's made with ice cream. And this little tally card, Betsy Clark tally card with they have homemade ice cream here, so I'm assuming they're drinking milkshakes. And I thought it was really cute. I used some pretty scrapbook paper with pinks and blues, and this is all the digitals, I believe, are from these two kits that I'm going to link below, so I just won't even go into them. Although I'll point out because they're really cute, pretty digitals. Soda shop theme, or ice cream shop theme. This was a vintage napkin from a little girl's birthday party in the 1940s. It was glued into a scrapbook that I got, but it was only glued at the corner, I think, so that the rest was loose, and I was able to just remove it, and I just glued it to a tag. Glue a corner of it to the tag, and then I had this one flash card with an ice cream cone. I did a little bit of stamping on some of the pages, and the journal kit had this one page that says this journal belongs to, so I didn't put anything there. You can write your name here. And there are backing pages with the kit, so I was able to print some pretty pages on the backs of the digitals so that you can write there. So I used some colored paper, some gift wrap, book page, and more. Put some pretty vintage laces on the edges of some of the pages. This is a wedding paper, but I liked it because of the colors. It's just got music and flowers and some bells. It's not overtly wedding. Put some vintage price stickers here. Made some fabric flips and pretty ledger paper with pink and purple and blue lines. And I added some playing cards. I didn't have any ice cream themed playing cards, so I just used some pretty pink and blue ones. Added some tickets here and tucked in a couple of tags and another ticket. And the book page is from a collector's book, Quaker City Cut Glass Company. And I just thought the cut glass looked really nice. It would be pretty in a ice cream parlor. And I clipped this envelope on it, put one of the digital ice cream cones on it, and just cut a piece of cardstock. I will include some extras. There will be some leftover digital pieces, so you could decorate that card or other, pages or whatever. It's one of the digitals. Oh, I did have 2 digital journal card sets. One I got last year and one with ice cream cones that I found this year. So this is from the ice cream cone one. So those are 2 more sets I'll have to link. They were just cards. They're not fussy cuts or pages or anything. And I put a BB Bats taffy label on that paper clip just for fun. You can glue it down somewhere if you want. This was out of a directory, and this was one of the sponsors. So this was at the top of many of the pages in that directory. Milk and ice cream from Dairy League Cooperative. Here is a sheet that I just got this a few weeks ago at the flea market. The Elm Dairy Load Sheet. It does not list ice cream as one of the products that are available to order, but it's a dairy, so I included it. It's got people's notations on it in pencil. This was in an old magazine, a couple enjoying sodas together at the soda fountain. And I put it on pink cardstock. Put this recipe in with, looks like a chocolate waffle with ice cream on it. Yep, chocolate dessert waffle. And then I just folded up a large canasta, score sheet that you have a lot of writing space. And I love this lace that I put on the edge. It's one of my favorites. This is the only ice cream stamp that I have, and it's an old stamp that I bought used. It's a little man with his bicycle-powered ice cream truck. And I stamped this pretty floral design. So this is the Ice Cream Parlor Journal kit. This is some handmade marbled paper, and it's got pastel colors, pink and green and blue. And this is a page from a shabby chic book, just because I liked I was going for a shabby chic look on these pages, so I pulled this book out, or the pages out. This is a stationery envelope. It's pink with some flowers on here, and I have to glue it closed. So I have a few things to do. I just finished sewing this together and adding the beads, and I have some finishing touches like this and probably some other things, but I wanted to get the video done while it's still daylight. So I will glue that closed. As a blue colored index card and another playing card. So anything that's in the pockets, in the envelopes, use for writing or add them wherever you want to in the journal. This could be a cute little tuck spot. And I did just a little collaging on the plain side. Here I have clipped that Monopoly Junior money that was really cute. And this, just a shaped piece that I cut with my Big Shot, and a ticket, ice cream cone ticket. Stamped Choose Joy. And I have this vintage ice cream sandwich wrapper, the Sammy Bar. Sammy Ice Cream Company in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And I guess I was able to glue that on. I might have had to fold it up a little bit because it was pretty long. And I just cut this tag out of scrapbook paper. And there's another recipe card. Serve yourself cake sundaes. There's the other side of that order form, and it has a digital ice cream cone tab. There is a lot of writing space. You could write here in this blank space. Here's a little pocket that came with one of the digital sets. And I included 2 guest checks and this ice cream and cake, sponge cake from the National Dairy Council. I can't remember if they're from the 60s or 70s. But I used up all my ice cream ones. One in this one and one in my journal. That's all I have. This is another vintage ice cream wrapper, a foiled one. I glued it to cardstock. And I included an Elm Dairy order sheet, a smaller one. It's, you know, old and crumpled, was not kept in pristine condition. And this is just a little blue and silvery gift card. You could write on the inside of that. It goes well here because it's blue and silvery. I wrapped this wrapper around. I have to glue this down again because something caught an edge and peeled it back, but I'll glue that down, and hopefully it won't peel anymore. There's 2 digitals from one of the journal card sets. This was the set I bought last year because there's no cones on it. And a Monopoly Junior card for money. This image came out of a vintage magazine. At last, perfect frozen custard style dessert, homemade with 0. So it's sort of like a homemade ice cream. And there's a pink envelope in there. I didn't do anything to it or put anything in it. You can decorate that and do what you want with it, with some of the things that I include in your little kit. I can't show you the kit because I don't have it put together yet. Some pretty lace on the edge of that. There's the ice cream truck again, and this pretty label. It's a stamp. More pretty vintage trim. Vintage gift wrap with ice cream cones. It says Psalm 34:8, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good." It's a dry cleaning ticket there. Another fabric flip. And this is a genuine vintage bottle cap, milk bottle cap, and it advertises Shady Grove ice cream. Try delicious Shady Grove ice cream. There's a piece of a little green doily there. And here is another book page from that Quaker City Cut Glass Company book. And I paper clipped on this vintage 1929 offering envelope. And a Cherry Aid soft drink label. Another load sheet. And an ice cream from an old magazine. I don't think... Where's the first page? Here. Yeah, I guess it did. This was part of this advertisement. It was a large advertisement, so I cut it. Here's another, well, this is not from an ice cream or dairy place. It's statement of account, and it's from looks like a drugstore, different types of items that they sell. You can write on the back. And another little note card with these little bluebirds and pink flowers, and it opens right up, so there's lots of journaling space on that, and a pink index card. Put some washi tape down the sides of some of the pages. Piece of stationery. A shabby chic book, and another envelope that I need to close. This is just a plain white card that I put in there, so you can embellish that with some of the pieces that I will include, the leftover digitals. It's got a little scallop. It reminds me of an awning at an ice cream shop. And here's one of the ice cream cone journal cards with little Orphan Annie. So she's got a strawberry here, a spigot and a strawberry, and she's dispensing strawberry ice cream. Speaking of strawberry ice cream, here is a cone on a pocket. And I included a couple pages from an autograph book. You can journal on the backs. This one actually has someone's autograph in it. And an antique postcard. This is from 1907. From an old friend that hasn't forgotten you. Have a birthday this week. From an old friend who hasn't forgotten you. Have a birthday this week. This pretty lace piece. Another vintage ice cream bag for an ice cream bar. You must be very careful with this because it will easily crack. It's starting to crack right there. Last year when I used these, I didn't realize, and I had a split going right up for, an inch or so. And I put a piece of acetate over it. So if it starts to split too badly, you might want to do something like that. But I'm just being very cautious. See, it's got a sawtooth edge on it, which will catch, the paper will catch on it. So you have to put it in extremely carefully. But see, it works. This is a little sticky note list pad, and I glued it to some graph paper. Another ice cream cone tab, blue lined paper. This is from an old 1800s magazine that had a blue advertising page. It says, throw away your old freezer, ice cream in 30 seconds. So this is a picture of an ice cream freezer called Jack Frost, and it has a wheel that turns, and so it must be you put ingredients in there and then crank the wheel and it churns ice cream. There's another little greeting or playing card. Here's a pretty little paper coaster. I sewed it on because it's got the wax on the back, wax paper, so there's no way it would stick with glue. And this is a little notepad paper. It came off of this notepad that I got at the flea market, and it is William Heiser and Sons, manufacturers of quality poultry and dairy feeds. So I thought that would be fun to include. Just a little journal spot for you. This says, enjoy the simple moments. I made this pocket with a Cricut die that I have. So since I only had the 2 ice cream bottle caps, I have more other bottle caps that aren't ice cream, but I wanted a flat one on the pocket. So I purchased a digital that has just nothing but bottle cap images. And one of the bottle cap images in that digital kit is this. I saw there's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 pages of digital bottle caps, but you buy one page at a time. They're all separate, ordered separately. And I picked the one that had this ice cream thing in it so I could use it in other journals. But in those pages, I saw several that I have in my collection. But this one is Rosebud Creamery Special Whipping Cream. So I thought that would be good for an ice cream journal. There's the whipping cream right there. And here's a guest check. I just did a little collaging on it. And a vintage greeting card with a lady in the blue dress. And it's got a pale pink card. It looks like there might have been something there because it's a different shade, like it was covered with something. I don't know what it was, but it's darker over here. Anyway, it opens up and you have room to write. It's from 1953. I thought she was really pretty. Here's another pocket with an ice cream cone and some more pretty vintage lace. Another colored index card, and this is from KB and Friends. There's a set of food product boxes images, and I think they're not real. This wasn't a real ice cream, but the food boxes are really neat and fun to include in journals. And a pink edged flashcard. This piece of lace was, or it's not lace, it's some sort of a trim. It's finished. I don't know if it was supposed to be on baby clothes or something. This one here is a long piece. I don't know what they were for. I just got a whole collection of them 2 or 3 years ago. So it has blue embroidery all the way around, but it was plain in the middle, so I added this pink embroidered ribbon, which I got at Hobby Lobby or something. It's not vintage. Stickers there, fabric flip, and another pretty playing card. I believe I got this in a Happy Mail recently, and it's not old. It's for a creamery, New Zealand style creamery, Happy Cones Company, established 2015, and I put it on cardstock. I think it was a sticker. I think I peeled the backing off. There's a tiny little bridge score sheet and another of the order blanks from the creamery or the dairy. Little pink tag and an ice cream cone. The other one had Little Orphan Annie. This one has Dick Tracy. Another of the little bridge score sheets. This is a doily, a round one. I didn't cut it. I folded it and attached this little tiny vintage playing card. So you can take these and use them wherever you'd like. These are some pretty cut glass cruets. And this is a invoice from 1880 something from Stanton and Dart, cash dealers in Pennsylvania dairy, butter, fruits, and vegetables. Is it raining? I don't know. Could be. It's supposed to rain at 4 o'clock, and it's 3:59. There's an ice cream bomb dessert, B-O-M-B-E, B-O-M-B-E, and ice cream cone digital. I suppose they're both from the ice cream cone kit. This is a different size, so that might be from the other ice cream journal card kit. This is a piece of pale pink stationery with embossed edging. You probably can't see that. I didn't have another, well, I could have had another envelope. I had one picked out that went with that marbled handmade stationery paper, but I couldn't break this. I couldn't open it up. It would have torn. So I just took this digital ice cream bag. I was going to glue it closed, but I think I'm just going to leave it open to give you more journal space. And if you want it to be a pocket, you can glue it closed. And this one has a flashcard, a ticket, a digital ticket, and another ice cream. Seal test. Yep, it's definitely raining. And this is another popsicle bag. It's not quite as fragile, but it is still fragile, so you have to be careful. And I did attach some lace at the top of that, or bottom of it. This is a digital from one of the sets. And a cream. This is a genuine bottle cap for cream. A playing card that I just got in a Happy Mail. It's got the beautiful turquoise and pink colors. This is a digital from the new kit. It comes with the pages, I think. And an antique postcard with blue forget-me-nots and ribbons. And it's 1912. And this tag. And this is an ad for junket made with milk. So I don't really know what junket is. It says with flavor and sugar, ready to make desserts and ice cream. So you can make ice cream with it. I love this wrapping paper. I think I passed it by without comment on the way past. You must have seen it. Yep, it's right there. I pointed out the price stickers, but I think that is so pretty. Vintage gift wrap. Looks like, you know, the 1910 era for ice cream parlors. I've got to put some washi tape down the edge of that. And another pocket that I made with a Big Shot die that I have. A couple of digital pieces, the flower and the ice cream cart, and a ticket. And then I took a digital die punched these edge pieces. And this is a vintage tag. You can see this is aging, actual aging at the top. It's got the brown reinforcement with wire, metal I mean, and it's got a number stamped on the back. And then, oh, I'll put a different recipe card in there. I have summer coolers I can put in here because we already had the ice cream bomb. And another recipe or index tag. No, I'm sorry, digital tag. So this one will be in my shop at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the day you see the video, which should be Thursday. Now let me show you mine. I bought this menu. I couldn't resist it at the flea market, and it was $7 for the menu. And this is the menu cover, this and this. Of course, it was just folded in half, and I cut it and then sewed it to the front and the back pieces of my cover. The covers, by the way, are, well, this one was ice cream box. This one is, oh my gosh, it seems like I started this a while ago and I don't remember. Might be file folder. Yeah, it is. It's a green file folder, doubled. And then this is on top, so it's sturdy enough but still flexible. But I saw this menu and I just fell in love with it because I love ice cream parlors. They have memories for me, and I like ice cream. So I just love this vintage image of ice cream and soda on it. And I wanted it, so I paid $7 for it and thought I'll just make myself a journal because I probably wouldn't want to add $7 to the cost of a journal that I sell just because of that. Besides, I like it. So I put this pretty floral stripe fabric on the spine, and the back of it has Elsie Cow, the boarding cow. I think it's Elsie and Elmer and their kids. Like a little family portrait. So cute. And it's silvery, and it's just so cool and vintage looking. And I just put some pink and blue beads and some clear ones. I put this cherry fabric on it to represent the cherry on top, but I don't eat the cherry on top. Soda fountain shakes, and a digital, and that tally card. Again, a piece of that napkin. Thankfully, it was big enough for both. And another flash card with ice cream. I have some pretty trimmings on the edges, like in the other book. This was, I got a little baggie of vintage gift tags that you would attach to a gift and write the person's name on it. This was the only one that had ice cream on it. It's a soda, ice cream soda. And the blue envelope again. And this was an ad in an old magazine. I think this one was from the 70s. But I love butterscotch on vanilla ice cream. I don't eat it very often, but I do like it. The canasta score sheet and Gay 90s Ice Cream Party banana splits. This is from an old magazine. It says ice cream's a party. Here's that marbled paper. I didn't like what was on the back of this shabby chic page, so I collaged some writing. I did like these glass jars. They're kind of like apothecary jars. They look like they could be in an old-fashioned ice cream parlor, but they have cotton balls and Q-tips, and I don't know what that is. But I like the image, so I left that. And in here, a playing card, and I loved these rainbow ice cream cones, so I put that in my a bowl of peppermint ice cream. Okay, so I did fold up the other one, but I didn't have to fold it in this one because this journal is taller. And this is cut from a scrapbook, patterned cardstock. And we have parfaits. And here's my National Dairy Council ice cream. And this came from Hershey Recipes. This is Nestle, sorry. Hot fudge sauce. And here is that milk and ice cream Dairy from the directory. Wrapping paper. More fun ice cream and an ice cream cone image, and that was a cover of a magazine apparently in 1954. So this was the menu cover. This was the menu that was inside. It's very stiff. I just used it as the outside of my center signature. And it says menu, A. Andrews Confectionery and Luncheonette. We make our own ice cream, homemade candy, dainty lunches. And it was at 308 East State Street, Ithaca, New York. I have these little pink metal pieces, well, little metal pieces. I found a pink one. They just go over the edge of the page with a brad. And I just put that on there for decoration. I didn't want to do anything to alter the menu. You can see by the prices that it's old. There is no date, but a soda is 15 cents. Nut sundaes and fruit sundaes, 15 cents. Fancy frappes with whipped cream, 20 cents. Special fancy sundaes, 25 cents. Milkshakes. Different types of milkshakes range from 10 cents to 25 cents. So you can tell that's an old menu. I didn't Google it yet. I want to Google this luncheonette and see if it can give me some information. This was from an old Fragile magazine page, and it looks like homemade hot fudge sauce made with carnation evaporated milk. And the pink envelope, nothing in it. Some tickets to play with, and this little blue tag. This is pretty wrapping paper. Again, this is bridal shower paper, but I love the colors and the images. The Shady Grove ice cream. The offering envelope and the Cherry Abe label. Another vintage ice cream. Only homemade real ice cream made with 10 Below gives that can't be bought flavor. So it says it's concentrated ice cream. It contains all the sugar, heavier than whipping cream, milk, and egg yolks necessary for extra rich real ice cream. And the directions are on the label. So you can make other different flavors of ice cream with it. Here's the greeting card I included. Happy birthday, Daddy. With love from Go-Go, Dave, Dan, and Bobby, 1958. Go-Go. This is the statement of account page that's in the other journal from the pharmaceutical drugstore or something. This is just some receipts. Oh, while you were out messages, and they're pale green. And the Nestle recipes, again, for hot fudge sauce and hot chocolate sauce. Just some things to play with in the journal. This envelope ended up getting damaged, so I'll have to just glue something on there. But this is my journal. And 2 pages from the autograph book and another antique postcard, not dated because it wasn't mailed. This is another one of those vintage tags. This one is in really rough shape. I think it was at the top of the pile. So, you know, it's pretty dirty, but I don't mind, and I'll decorate it with some things while I'm working in it. Another coaster, and this gorgeous postcard looks like tiny needlepoint, but it's not. It's printed and it's textured. So pretty. And this was written on, but it wasn't mailed. And this is another greeting card with some glittery stuff back here. And this is one of the digital bottle caps, Newcastle Dairy Cream. And it kind of looks like a bowl of ice cream, but it's got strawberries, and I think in a picture here, so I think it's strawberries and cream, because it does say cream on it. But it looks close enough, so I put it in there. And here's the back side of that heavy menu cover. It has more drinks here with some prices, and then a place to write specials. And on the back it has sandwiches and salads, but no prices. I was curious about that. The last signature has these pieces that were in the other journal. And this piece that I just got this year, I talked about that in one of the process videos. And this is from a Candyland game, a modern one. It's from 2014, so it's 10 years old. My, how time flies. And ice cream flavor variations. Some ice cream cone cards. This one, I guess it's not a cartoon that a comic that I'm familiar with, but it's military. So this might have been in the 40s. That's what it looks like. Dairy Queen and Monopoly money. This is from a digital kit that I bought and haven't used yet, but it was one of the journaling cards, and it's AI, obviously, but it was mid-century. Has a lot of journaling cards, and I saw this one and grabbed it. I already had them printed. I printed them when I first bought the kit, because I didn't know they were AI. I didn't really know what AI looked like. But so I bought that. I thought it was so unique, and now I see it everywhere. But I still love the mid-century images, and I will make a journal with them. There's a cream bottle cap. 2 more ice cream journal cards. I like this with the cone shapes. Look at all those different cone shapes. I've never seen one like this with the fluted top. And in the back, cake and ice cream, and this is just a digital. So I hope you enjoyed these ice cream journals. And if you really like this one and would like to have it in your collection, come to my shop, which is linked below, at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time today. And come on back to see what's next. Thanks for watching, and have a creative day. Bye.